Welcome
afternoon.
to Jump In with Raymond
And Tanesha
Tanesha
Sharp.
Sharp.
We are here, as you know, on every Friday to give you all some insight into jumping into things, whether it's life, business,
Conversation that we
relationships, and
I
just
can get to jump in our conversation.
basically jumping in our conversations. Just to give some people a recap who never really watch these videos or don't understand why we jump in and encourage people to jump in. We both are entrepreneurs. We work together a whole lot, and one time we always have these great conversations. Like always, that's one thing I've always enjoyed about my wife is like our conversation. The day that we met, our conversation we had was amazing. We had this long.
It was incredible.
We talked all night long. It wasn't no really
attraction out of it. It was just the connection in conversation.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So we've always had conversation.
So one time somebody was actually riding with us, and we just started talking, and we forgot they was in the car. And when we got done, they're like, "Do y'all always talk like this?" We're like, "Yeah." But we didn't think nothing of it. We just think
it's normal, but I don't think.
Yeah, we talk about everything, and we consider a lot of things, and we just want to put you into that. And in doing so, we want to offer you all some advice that we also talk about as far as, what if people really did X, Y, Z, and how to formulate plans and strategies for their success. So we're jumping in today. What are we talking about, Tanesha?
We're going to talk about when you get tired. I mean, when you everybody wants that, especially in your business or when you actually get what you want. And then the work comes in to keep what you have. Yeah. And so, we have a business and there's times where we are exhausted.
Yes.
But as business owners, our clients don't care about us being, not to be mean, but they don't care about if we're tired or not. We still got to provide a service, that we still he got to run CMAs and do contracts and stuff like that, and we're not complaining about that.
Not at all.
But we want to remind you not to complain about it, because when if you're trying to build something great, especially a business or anything that you're building, even a household, if you're trying to do something great, there's times where you get tired, but you got to press beyond you being tired, and you just got to press. You got to make things. You just got to just
keep going,
push through, and just do what you got to do. See, there you go. People probably calling. But there are times, to be honest, you are drained, you're exhausted, and people are constantly pulling you because you have business, and especially when you don't have a large staff yet. So we're soon hoping to, get a staff and get some more agents, but and not just with his business, but with mine as well. So we're working tirelessly to build something great, and we love what we do. So that's what makes it good, and we don't complain really that much because we love what we do. Yeah. So that's why it's important too to love what you do. But what do you do when you're drained? What do you do?
What do I do? When I'm drained, I do two things. I pray and I keep going. I pray first. Going. I'm like, God, help me, and I'm gonna keep going. That's my fuel. That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me motivated. And I keep my goals in front of me, and I also keep in mind that one thing that we have to remember is that farmers, when it's time for harvest, they don't complain about working. They know that's when they're gonna get the most. That's when they actually reaping everything that they've sown. They know, and all the hard work is during the harvest time, not during the sowing time. So when things do get busy, I remain thankful and I continue to work because
thank God for the work.
Thank God for the work. Because
thank God for the work.
There's been times where I'm like, okay, I'm working, I'm advertising, I'm doing this, but when it's time to work, you work, and then when it's not time to work, you work. You just have to constantly keep working, keep your head down, keep being going. Consistent. I do want to shift gears a little bit. Okay. I want to talk about relationships. Okay. I want to talk about marriage. Okay. I want to talk about
what are we about to talk about?
Women.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump into something.
Okay, jump in, baby.
Okay. I don't know if y'all have experienced this. I'm gonna speak from a male point of view, obviously.
I don't know what he about to say.
But no, this is something that I've heard. I'm speaking on behalf of men. Okay, fellas, I got you. A lot of men. And this is for dialogue's sake. This is not an accusation, but you don't do this. And I'm thankful that you haven't done this. Okay. But some men feel like their wives made so much effort before they got married. Yeah. Some men feel like, I give her whatever she wants and I just get her leftovers. And it's like some men feel like they have to beg for common things. I'm not even talking about sex. And it's like when they were single and dating, she cooked, she was, present, she was aware, and it's not even marriage. It's as soon as they get engaged, everything changes. Why does that happen? Well, it seems like for some of my friends and other people I know I talk to, it's like when the engagement happens, it's like a switch goes off, like, I got them, I don't have to do nothing. That's not what they're saying, but that's what it seems is what happens.
And I think sometimes too, the women, they kind of start shifting to wedding planning, and that consumes a lot of their attention and time.
But even after they get married.
Yeah. Especially if they start having kids and stuff like that.
But still, there's 9 months before the kids come. But it's like a marked, noticeable difference for some. It's not just a few. It's just like certain switches. This is for people. And now, I'm not talking about people who have kids. I'm talking about single dating, single person. That ring come on, and it's like a whole different game. And it's like, it's amazing because I've heard multiple people talk about that. Like, and they don't know how to take it. So from a woman's point of view, and I'm not, they obviously, you have work, but he has work too. And, some of these guys I can tell are genuinely good guys. They're like working and diligent, there's nothing that would be an impetus for a change, but they all go back to when we got engaged, everything changed.
I think sometimes it's a sense of, I think some women, I can't speak for all, I think some women.
And I wanted you all to understand, the reason I'm bringing this up is because, once we're talking about keep things going, you got to be consistent. This is not just for business. This is for your relationship as well. And fellas, you are not off the hook because we have to remain consistent. We can't, give our wives gifts, our girlfriends gifts, get married and be like, oh, she's straight, I pay the bills. Nah, man, you need to go deep. True. You need to go even harder to make sure that your wife is good. But go ahead, babe.
I think the one is, the excitement of the whole engagement. And I think sometimes women may feel like, okay, I think some women do so much to try to get them. I do think sometimes they may do too much in the beginning that they're exhausted. They don't have too much left once you get married because you try to, I guess, I don't know, some women, not all women, because some women don't feel like they have to do all that. Some women feel like, if he's going to marry me, he'll get all that after marriage. He'll get the cooking and the cleaning and all that stuff. So I'm not going to, do so much to do that. But then I think some women, they may put so much effort and so much energy in the before, and then I'm married, and it may just be like I'm more comfortable now that I know for sure that he wants to marry me.
But why?
I can't really answer that. I think sometimes we don't realize that that's when the work happens. I don't know if I really realized that's when the work happened. I just start doing the work. But that's when the work that's when the work take place. That's when, like you talk about harvest. That is the harvest. Like, you have to keep. So you have to do things to keep. And I don't know if everybody knows that.
Why wouldn't? Well, I'm just saying, why wouldn't somebody know that? Like, why wouldn't? It's like maintenance. It's like, okay, if you get your hair done, it's like you get your hair done and you do nothing to take care of it. But you should have a sense to say, I have something that I got my hair done. I need to do something to take care of it. Just like me getting a haircut. If I don't grease my hair from,
I think, and I guess you're talking about women do the bare minimum.
Or nothing.
I can't really, I don't know why they.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, I
don't know.
I'm sure that you know of situations where women have flipped or switched as soon as they got that ring on their finger.
I can't say personally I haven't. All my friends, they kind of.
Your friends are different. They're cut from a different cloth.
Everybody that I know personally, like, I haven't seen that.
Well, I have some friends.
So I know some
people. I know some people that kind of like Raymond, man. I can't believe.
Or maybe that they were like that before, and the dude, he may not realize that that's really how they were, but it's like being more exposed now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, okay, I'm marrying her. Now they're looking at her like, okay, I'm gonna be with her forever, and she acting like this, and you may not have really realized that before because you were looking at her as a girlfriend, not as a long term. I mean, I don't know.
You know what? Let's talk about that. No, okay. Because this is something that I think is dangerous. This is something I think is dangerous because some people, like, I didn't jump in and out relationships because I like being in serious committed relationships as much as I could. Yeah. So if I date you, it means something. You know, I'm not just dating you and having a girlfriend. And, oops.
But I don't think everybody dates like that.
But I think people should.
Oh, yeah, everybody don't date like that.
I think people should.
They just date.
Why don't more people? I know.
Because I don't think see, you wanted to get married. Not everybody wants to get married.
No, but when we met.
I know, but you, even when you were younger.
When I was young, I wanted to,
you always had a desire.
If I could have got married when I was 18, 19 years old, I would have.
But not every guy's like that.
Yeah.
Not every guy is looking like, I'm going to date to marry.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm dating you. We getting to know each other. Can we just date? Can we just have fun?
But that's not even dating.
Well, that's what they call it.
Yeah, we got to come up with some new terms.
I mean, no, really, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think that might be the reason. I mean, you may not realize you're not looking long term. So like if you date somebody in your vision, you can see, oh, I'm going to marry her, whatever. So you're going to start looking at the things that will probably be an issue when you get married. But if you're not, you just like, well, I guess it's time. And, you ain't really seen it past, the dating phase. And yeah. You're going to look at it, you're going to have a different perspective now that you're engaged. Mm-hmm. I think, honestly, like I said, it's work when you get married. I think, like I said, I don't know so many people, I don't know really any situations where that's happened, to be really, really honest. And I'm really, really trying to think, but I don't know any situations with any of my friends or the ladies that I've came in contact with.
Maybe not friends, but people you know.
But I don't, like, I wouldn't know, I don't know.
You know plenty, but you're not remembering right now.
Yeah, all I can think of is the people
Tanesha,
that are close to me. Let me see.
Hey, babe, you know some. But we digress.
Yeah, I can't think.
We digress.
I mean, I'm just saying, and it really is, that is really when the work comes. Like, you get engaged, and, I mean, not saying you do everything once you're engaged, but, when you get married, that's when the work, and that's why I always say, save your energy, save everything you do. I know when we were engaged, we barely talked on the phone.
Nope, we didn't. And I don't like talking on the phone. Like,
well, I mean, we saw each other a little bit, but to me, that helped me to find myself, get myself together, because I knew I would be with you forever. So I had plenty of time to be around you, and and this is when we were. I know when we first met, we hung out a lot, but as we got serious and we were really knowing we wanted to get married, we spent less time together. And we were able to really work on.
Yeah, we did. We only really hung out like maybe once a week, and it was like for a few hours. Yeah.
So I was able to work on myself, financially, physically. You went to the gym like twice a day.
I did.
And then when we got married,
I was in real estate school too.
Yeah.
When we was engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to real estate school.
So we individually, we were like working on each other. So I don't think, I think, and it just, I think we just, when we talked on the phone, we kind of, but I think when you look at somebody saying, I want to marry them, you'll look at them, you'll look at long term, you'll look at their, things that will become an issue in marriage. So you won't be as disappointed. So there's a lot of red flags. I'll say that before you get married. And it's a lot of things that will tell you what the marriage is going to look like. And really it's going to be amplified, magnified. So I think that's where the disappointment comes in at.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's, you don't expect, you expect things to be probably even better. Because, hey, I'm marrying you, I guess from a guy's perspective, you think things will be better.
I just think that this is like I said, I'm so thankful this didn't happen to me with you, but I would say that I have to have some conversation with people. They've been hurt because they feel like they got sold a bad bill of goods. It's like, man, what did I do wrong? I'm like, you didn't do nothing wrong. You need to talk to your wife about that. And sometimes
we don't ask the right questions either, men and women.
True.
We don't ask the right questions.
True.
Expectations.
Yeah.
Like, what do you expect from me as a wife? Or what do you expect from me as a husband?
Yeah.
Or
now, that's one thing.
How are things going to change between us?
That's one thing that we did prior to getting married, that we talked about everything. Like kids. We talked about expectations. The
only thing we didn't talk about is this whole entrepreneur stuff. I didn't know. Neither one of us knew we'd be in business.
No, we didn't. That's the only thing we didn't talk about.
We didn't know about the entrepreneur stuff.
No,
we didn't know about that.
I told her how I was going to go back to school, get some more degrees.
I was too.
Yeah. I wanted to be,
I was going to be a counselor.
Yeah, and I was going to be a real estate agent and just, kind of do it on the side, just to make extra money, just for fun, because it's something I enjoyed. Not no entrepreneur. Not start my own company. That was far off the radar. It wasn't even on the radar.
Yeah, it was definitely just something that just, I'm grateful for it, but yes. So it's some things, and that's what you have to understand. You shift and move. Things change. Even when you get married, things change. You have to be okay with how things change,
Continue to jump in. Yeah. Don't say I didn't sign up for all this. Yes, you did.
It's a marathon. It's
growth. It's a lot of different facets. It's not a sprint. You got to keep going and growing and growing and growing.
You got to keep going. And even wives, feeling exhausted, feeling like you're being pulled off from your kids and maybe from your spouse, from your job, or just different things. You may be stretched and exhausted. Just keep going. Like you said, pray and just keep going. And we get tired. I think that's it's all part of pursuing and going for your dreams and going for whatever it is that you're trying to do. You get tired, but I'm telling you, it's such a reward when you press through. And then you got all those contracts that got accepted even on this week.
Yes,
and you're probably the most tired you've ever been in a long time.
Yes,
but he accomplished so
hard.
much. He got almost got a contract once every
day this week.
Every day this week, the approved contract.
Yeah.
So, if not 1, 2 a day. It was like a lot, and it was just like, but had he stayed in the bed and say, I'm just tired, I don't feel like working, or I don't feel like doing anything, that's just, you got to press through, because some of the greatest things are going to come through that.
Yeah. And we want to, in all this that we're talking about, whether it's marriage, whether it's in your relationship, no matter what you're doing, you have to work. And I think
you got to keep going.
Yeah. And we're not advocates for you to beat yourself up. We are advocates for vacationing. We are advocates for taking time off. And I can tell you,
many vacations.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this real quick before we get to that. I can be completely honest with you and say one thing that my wife had to teach me how to do is to relax. My wife had to teach me how to vacation. I thought I knew how to vacation. She was like, this is not a vacation. You took some days off. Let me show you how to vacation. And I appreciated that, because I wasn't doing myself justice. So I get burnt out. I get tired, and
you'll leave a vacation, want to do another vacation.
Yeah. and the way I work, I sometimes stay up real late. I get up extremely early. I had a client that's overseas. He emailed me at 3 o'clock in the morning. I hit him back and it shocked him. But I was up working. But even in that, my wife had to teach me how to rest, how to relax, not to be on edge. And one of the worst things I did, even last summer, I'm not going to do it. I don't plan on ever doing this again. But whenever my family went on vacation, I didn't go with them. I stayed home and I worked. And like a month later, I felt it. It was like the perfect time for me to take a break, and I didn't. And I felt it, and we ended up getting away a few months later, because it was a good break, good time. We had help with the kids, and but take time off. Jump into getting restored, getting rest, and your work's gonna be there.
That's really important.
Don't work yourself to the bone. Work as hard as you can while it's time to work. But when it's time to take a break, take a break. Don't take any work with you. I had to keep my wife sometimes from
taking the TV off, everything. Shut everything off. Phones, everything.
Yeah, that's one thing I started doing. I never turn my cell phone off, but when I get away, I do turn my phone off, or I just leave it.
I put it on vibrate if it's an emergency.
I'll leave it in the like when we go out, I just leave it in the room and just
you do that.
To her surprise.
I'm like, wow. So and just really, really set, because what people will do, they'll call you and here's an issue, here's a problem. And if it's a good time to take a break, take it. Like I said, take mini breaks. So take mini vacations, and what I mean by that, don't wait to try to take a full week or 2 weeks. Throughout the year, just take a weekend here, a weekend there. 2 or 3 days here, 2 or 3 days there, to get refreshed. Because if you wait that long, it sometimes it's not good to just really stretch yourself all the way, unless your schedule will not allow you to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to be so tired that you don't even feel like getting up
or even
to go on a vacation.
If you can staycation somewhere locally, just to get out of that environment, that may be stressful for you. And people just tell people you're getting away, but you may even be right here, in your local area. But just get another thing. Get in another atmosphere so you can relax. Go in the hotel, it's a clean room. You ain't got to, you ain't got to worry about nothing. just shut everything down. I love the blinds in the hotels too, because not the blinds, but the curtains, because they're
the blackout curtains.
The blackout curtains. You know, you don't
get
even
you a
know
room
it's
with some
daytime.
blackout curtains.
You don't even know it's daytime. So there's ways for you to relax when you go away and you vacation. Even sometimes, you know, I know my husband, he likes to shop when we go away, but I said there's gonna have to be some vacations where we just rest.
Yeah.
You know, or we got to do this, we got to do that. No, you don't have to. If you need to get rest and you need to, you know, just really get refreshed and restored, you may just need to shut in and stay in your room and get maybe room service, or you can go out and get something to eat. But, you know, don't feel like you have to make it do all these things to make it a fun vacation. I'm not saying don't do it, but if you really know that you need time to mentally, you know, get yourself together, don't wring yourself while you're away trying to fit everything into what's an itinerary or whatever, a schedule, to try to make it a fun event or try to entertain somebody else. Get what you need while you have that time. Like I said, it could take 2 to 3 days. In 2 to 3 days, you'll feel refreshed. And you'll come back a better person and better attitude, more patience.
Yeah.
You know, just better for your kids, you know.
Yeah.
And I always, you know, suggest you go with your spouse.
Yeah.
You know, and y'all just rest and just, you know, and just enjoy that time of reconnection and getting back. Especially if you work there like us, if we have a business and stuff like that, and we're constantly talking business. You know, we may talk business a little bit while we're away, but you know, we're reconnecting and talking about us and what, you know, what's going on for the next year and where do we see us as a couple.
Yeah. So we hope all this information was helpful for you. We hope that you jumped into and related to some of these topics that we discussed.
I know we kind of went different.
Different areas.
Different areas.
But the biggest thing is, you know, no matter where you find yourself, no matter what part or what season you are in, whether it's with your business, with your relationships, you have to jump into being consistent and working. Don't feel like, you know, even in taking a break, you take a break, but you still have people covering you while you're on your break. You know, have somebody, hey, you know, matter of fact, you know, here's my colleague, you know, call them if you have any questions. I'm going to be away.
A troubleshooter.
Have somebody troubleshooting everything for you. And also with your relationship, look, I only mentioned what I mentioned concerning the relationships because I've had
it is an issue.
I had conversations with people, and it was enough conversations that I feel like eventually we're gonna have to talk about this because I don't think some women realize that they're doing it. I think so much emphasis is placed on like the rings.
I don't think they know that they're doing it.
The rings and the weddings. I'm like, look,
they're not doing it on purpose.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think some are.
Some might be, but
I hate to say it, but I believe after that video we saw yesterday, some are. Yeah. You don't want to say it, but it's true.
Yeah, some people
jump into the truth, Tanesha.
I'm trying.
It is what it is.
I just don't know a lot of people like that. That's why I guess that's why.
You know, some you just. I'm gonna remind you. You can be like, oh.
Please remind me, because I don't.
I'm not gonna remind you on camera.
I mean, not right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm really trying to think.
Yeah, but anyway. We'll talk later about that.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be another conversation. But really, let's do what we can to improve ourselves. And fellas, again,
let me think about it too.
We are not off the hook. There's a lot that we can be doing. We can be doing more for our spouses. We can be doing so much more for our kids. Let's be present. Let's be in place. Take the time you need so you can be a better person for them. Thank you for joining us this Friday. We'll be with y'all next Friday night. Y'all take care.
Yes.
And we want you to
jump in. Have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend.
Y'all take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.